right, let's get the show on the road. Good afternoon, it's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
Yes.
Happy November 1st.
Happy November 1st. Make sure your early ballots are in the mail.
That's right.
Or you go and vote.
All right, so we got a little humor, little history, little bit of news. We're kind of waiting on reports to come out. We should have a stat report coming very quickly too. So next week should be the stat report. The following week we'll be able to do another Cromford report update.
We may be able to mesh them next week because I have a Cromford report next Monday.
Oh, next Monday.
Yeah, so we may
Okay.
be able to kind of do them together.
We'll have to make it a summary
Snappy.
type, snappy. Yeah, so
Otherwise, it can get a little long. Yeah.
the audience can't be falling asleep on us.
No.
We can't be getting used as a nighttime sleep. Okay. All right, please like and subscribe so we continue to grow our viewership.
Yes.
All right, lay your joke on me.
You know you're a realtor when you go through a haunted house and start assessing its fair market value.
That's good. That's good. I like it. All right, I have a couple Halloween jokes
A
too.
couple. Okay.
Okay, Halloween candy on October 31st, one bag for $10.
Uh-huh.
On November 1st, it's 10 bags for $1.
We bought a huge bag, and we
Yeah, we
got
didn't
rid
have the crowd we thought we would have.
we
So,
got rid of most of our candy though.
well, at the end, we were like, "Come here, kid, give me that," and dumping it in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Tracking down the teenagers ourselves.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
We were looking for teenagers. So,
Yeah.
okay, November 1st, National Eat Your Kids Candy While They Are at School Day. It's an official holiday.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like gastric problems.
All right, moving on. Mr. Turkey, you are officially up, so time to get rid of the Halloween decorations and bring on the fall
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
I hear there's going to be a turkey shortage, although I don't understand why fully.
May have to have hens or something for
Cornish game
Cornish
hens.
game hens.
We've
Those
done
are
that
good.
before. Yeah, we've done
Yeah,
that before.
I love those. All right, this week in history, 2001, and we just watched this recently. The Sorcerer's Stone, the first of 7 Harry Potter films, opens November 4th.
Yes, so good. Love Harry Potter.
1993, actor River Phoenix, only 23 years old, that was sad, dies October 31st after collapsing in Hollywood, California, and that was due to drug and alcohol consumption.
Yeah, my favorite River Phoenix movie was Stand By Me. It's such a good show.
Nice. Rest in peace. 1991, the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library opens November 4th in Simi Valley, California.
Simi Valley. I wouldn't have guessed that, but Simi Valley. Interesting.
Yep. 1984, Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi is assassinated in New Delhi, October 31st.
Yeah.
1935, the original Monopoly board game is released November 5th by Parker Brothers.
Parker Brothers. Yeah.
Now, its original roots were in 1903 by a business specialist trying to show
Demonstrate what a monopoly meant in business.
in the world. And I had
Yeah.
always heard, and I liked this better, even though it sounds like it's legend, was that it was a couple who were flat broke during the Depression.
Oh.
So it would have been this, about the same time in the early 1930s.
So they invented the game?
And they invented the game to give themselves entertainment since they couldn't go out or anything. They had no money to do anything. So they invented this game. Apparently that's not the real root of the game.
Real
So,
historical
but it's a
background.
fun story.
It is a fun story, yeah.
Okay, 1922 on November 4th, Howard Carter discovers the entrance to King Tut's tomb. What do you see? Many wonderful things.
Many wonderful things. That's right. That's right.
All right, 1864, Nevada becomes the 36th state on October 31st.
Wow. Well, happy birthday, Nevada, for sure.
Yes. And then 1605, dissidents led by Guy Fawkes fail to blow up England's parliament November 5th.
And now here we are 420 years later and it blows up itself.
Oh, that's right. They have had some parliament problems, haven't they?
Oh, man.
All right, that's
Those
a
are
little
some
history.
fun things to watch, though. Have you ever watched those?
Yeah.
The Parliament going back and forth.
Well, it seems to stabilize now. They have a new prime minister,
Yeah,
and he
hopefully that
seems
new
to have
prime
things
minister-
moving in the right direction. So
Yes.
hopefully things are going to keep improving.
Yes.
All
Hopefully
right,
so.
moving on to a little news. Housing news. Pending sales slide. Sounds like a broken record, I know, but
It does.
we try to look for a little bit of more detail each time we look at this, and also hopefully some improvement.
Well, and it should say continues to slide, really, is because it was the final week. Well, no, actually, not the final week of October. They're still talking about.
Well, this is September
September.
numbers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are looking a little.
What's the new part of that news story then?
Well, sharply higher mortgage rates continue to dent pending home sales in September, with signed sales contracts dropping a worse than expected 10.2%. Ouch.
Okay.
Economists predicted a 4% decline.
Whoa.
Okay, so
Oh,
we're hovering right at that 9. If we do indeed, and I'm talking the valley, we're at about 9% appreciation
Right.
for the year. If we drop another 4, we'll be looking at 5% with a couple more months to go.
yeah, and that's a little below our normal average.
Yeah,
normal
normally you're
average.
looking for 4 to 7%
Yeah.
appreciation every year.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see where we end the year. While red hot home prices are cooling, it is so far not enough to make up for increasing interest rates. Year over year sales are down 31%.
31%.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, new home sales shift for the first time since 2007. All cash purchases of new homes outnumbered new home sales financed through FHA. Again, this is one of the deals where you have to read every word.
Right.
They're only comparing,
Right. Financed with FHA through and all cash.
so it doesn't count conventional mortgages, which is the bulk of how homes are purchased. So, but still,
Right,
we're seeing
but
we're
what
seeing a
was-
shift. So it's
what was
worthy
going
of
on
note.
in 2000 what was going on in 2007 was all cash purchases were beating out the first time home buyers,
Right.
FHA buyers.
A lot of investors.
And out of that came that first time home buyer credit.
Oh, that's right.
which was a beautiful thing.
Right.
And-
They made the investors wait 90 days.
Yeah, it might have even been longer, like 120 at first, and then they backed it off to 90 after a few months or something.
Right.
But
Yeah, I remember that
it
now.
was good, yeah.
Yeah. FHA sales were 7.5%. That's down nearly 2/3 since spring of 2020. So definitely, the higher interest rates are really hurting. First-time home buyers or those without the money down.
Yeah.
Having to go FHA. It's
I
it's
think there
starting
are
to
some
squeeze them a little bit.
First time home buyer programs right now. So talk to your lender about those or give Melissa a call. But I think there are some programs now. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, talk to your mortgage provider for sure. All right, buyers see better. In a recent survey, 59% of prospective buyers said they expect the housing market to improve, particularly in terms of availability. And that's pretty obvious because inventory is going way up and competition is going down. So more inventory and less competition are likely driving the improvements. So that's a little bit of good news. We also have a little bit of good news in economic, and then we're going to move to regulatory, and it gets a little gloomy. So, moving on to economic news, GDP growth.
Give me the good news.
The U.S. economy grew in the third quarter of 2022 following 2 negative quarters. So that's
Okay.
good news.
Okay.
The generally accepted threshold for a recession is 2 negative quarters in a row. So we had a positive quarter. So hopefully
Okay.
that's pulling us out of what recession we're in.
Yes.
Reasons cited for the increase include a narrowing trade deficit, always a good sign, consumer spending, non-residential fixed investment, and government spending. That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, inflation flattens. The Federal Reserve favorite economic gauge called the Personal Consumer Expenditure Index.
PCE.
Thank you. Increased 0.5% in September, excluding food and energy. Prices were up 6.2% on a yearly basis. You remember we were in that 8.3 range, so we are seeing some progress.
Okay.
And that's basically flat, the same as August. September personal income increased 0.4%, but was flat on an inflation-adjusted basis. And
Okay.
I saw another number this week that it was actually negative slightly, but they have it as flat.
Okay.
Balancing act. Somewhat lower mortgage rates last week mirrored recent Fed comments suggesting a potential shift from unequivocal panic to something more balanced.
More
So
balance.
we're looking for that.
Yeah.
European Central Bank announces also were less than dire. Announcements were also less dire than expected, and a few economic clues suggest policies are beginning to dampen inflation. So we'll see how that affects the Fed.
ECB, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
European Central Bank.
Kind of slid right through that, didn't I?
You- So,
All right,
yeah. Okay,
regulatory news, drastic measures. Interest rates are hurting the mortgage market. So now we're getting into some gloom news here. Fed hikes have not dented inflation. I don't know that I agree with that
I don't know that I agree with
100%.
that.
Which likely means more hikes to come. And we've already talked about we expect to see 0.75 in November
We do.
and another one in 0.75 in
Well,
December.
Yeah, but we're hopeful.
We'll see. For potential buyers, monthly payments on a median priced home are already $1,000 higher than in January. Wow, that's a short time to increase your mortgage by $1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Homeowners are unwilling to give up record low interest rates to trade up. So again, we're gonna
Yeah.
inventory was a little bit interesting here in the valley. So we'll talk about that a little more. But I think
Okay.
we are going to see some sellers just kind of hunkering down and sitting on their very nice sub 3 interest rates.
Yeah. I think it's a smart decision if you can't buy anything else that, the interest rate is not double
Right.
on.
ECB,
European Central Bank.
thank you. Hikes again. The European Central Bank hiked its interest rate 0.75% last week, but official statements concerned about stymied growth make many investors believe it may pull back rather quickly. We'll see how
Okay.
that pans out.
Hopefully they do better than we have. Yeah.
Well, unlike the Fed, though, the ECB hasn't yet started shrinking its vast holdings of government debt. Remember, we were selling mortgage-backed securities like crazy,
Yes.
so the Fed has really
So I wonder
reduced
why
that.
they haven't started doing that.
They just are running a little bit behind us, So I think they'll mirror what we're doing to get out of inflation, but
Okay.
they're just behind us.
Okay.
All right, looking at rates, they're pretty flat overall week to week. We were for the 30-year at 7.122. This week we're at 7.059, so slight tick down.
Slight tick down. Yeah.
15-year actually ticked up again very slightly, 6.016 up to 6.161.
Okay.
And the VA ticked down very slightly, 6.808 down to 6.735. So
Okay.
rates seems to
Nice.
have stabilized
Yeah.
just a little bit. We'll
Yeah.
see. Okay, interesting. Can't remember the last time I've said this, but the Valley inventory went down.
Really? Last week we had a slight increase, barely any, really.
We actually
now
saw
we
a
went
decrease
down?
this week. So
Okay.
we dropped from 20,689 down to 20,506.
Now, I guess we did talk about that a little bit last week as we moved closer to the holidays, and here we are, November 1.
Right. You do have to take it with a grain of
Default.
salt. That could account for some of it, but
Yeah.
still, I'm going to hold
think
out
so.
that it's a good sign that
Well,
you know,
either
things
way,
are
yeah.
balancing and stabilizing a
Yeah,
little bit. So
yeah.
we'll
I think
see.
we're going to see that 60 to 90 days.
The flat number continues. Peoria is at 706. That's just slightly down. And Surprise is also slightly down. They're at 916.
Okay.
Closer to home, Trilogy at Vistancia actually dropped 5. They're down to 45. Most affordable home is $509,000. The most expensive remains at $1,450,000. Or no, actually, that's a new one because that
Yeah, that
Vantage
other one
with
went.
loft on the golf course. What a beautiful home that is.
Yep.
That did go under contract very quickly, and that was at $1,525,000. So.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. Vistancia Village ticked up 3. They're at 50. Most affordable $352,000. Most expensive $1,198,000.
Okay.
Blackstone Country Club ticked up 1. They're at 13. $595,000. The most affordable $2,790,000 tops the list. Portobello was flat. They remain at 33, $425,000 the most affordable, $949,900 is the most expensive. Sun City Grand went up quite a bit. They were up 9. They most affordable is $249, and that's one of those condos.
Wow. Okay.
And those were running at $165,000,
Yeah.
$175,000. $249 is a big jump. I'll be surprised if that price doesn't drop.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then the most affordable or most expensive in Sun City Grand is still $1,059,000. Okay, Sun City West actually dropped 7. They're at 197.
Okay.
$209,000 the most affordable, $869,000 the most expensive. Westbrook Village dropped 5. They're at 41 now. Most affordable $299,000 and the most expensive $595,000.
Ah, okay.
Finally, looking at Trilogy sold in the last 30 days, it's still only 7 homes. However, they currently have 16 homes under
That's a
contract,
pretty
so
good
that's
number.
went up considerably. So I think we're gonna see that whole number of homes sold in the
Yeah.
last 30 days go up here pretty quick. Definitely from open houses. Again, I did one
Oh, man.
Sunday,
Yeah,
and
traffic's been crazy.
very, very busy again.
Yep. Showings
so
have picked up, believe
showings
it or not.
showings have picked up, and
been busy.
certainly traffic has started to pick up. Our great Canadian neighbors have showed up yesterday, so we're starting to see snowbirds coming in, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, Vistancia Village sold in the last 30 days, 12 homes, and under contract they have 15. So they're selling quite a few homes, and they're saying,
too bad.
pretty much they're regularly
they're
going under
50,
contract at
yeah.
about the same pace. So,
Yeah.
all
All
right.
right. Well, don't forget our friends from Iowa, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Greg
Our
and Martha.
Iowa. Hello, Greg and
guys.
Martha. Our Iowa friends have shown
Yeah.
him back up, and he's already hiking, putting out some great pictures. He showed this cool
Oh,
beehive.
man.
Apparently, they come back every year and
That's awesome.
have a hive in this one spot.
That's awesome.
So anyway,
All right. Well, I
That's
guess that's
our-
all we have, right?
yep, that's our report for this week. Everybody have a blessed week. Enjoy this beautiful, cool, crisp weather.
Beautiful weather,
and
yeah.
we
Almost 60 degrees this morning when we woke up, right around 57.
will. Yeah.
That was perfect
It was
for me,
perfect.
anyway.
Yeah, fun walk today.
Yeah.
All right, you have a blessed week, and we will see you again next week. Take care.
Soon.